Have you ever stopped to think that a single decision, seemingly small, can completely change your life? Sometimes we don't even realize we're on the edge of a turning point. One wrong step, a choice made on impulse, and everything you've built can fall apart in a matter of days. Today, you're going to hear the story of someone who thought they knew exactly what they were doing, but discovered the hard way that what seems right isn't always so. And by the end of this story, you'll realize that every choice you make, even without noticing, leaves marks that can last forever. He had a life that anyone would consider safe. A steady job, a guaranteed salary, trusted colleagues, a predictable routine. Every day was the same. Wake up, have coffee, take the commute to work, meet deadlines, go home. It seemed stable, perfect. But inside him there was a silent restlessness, a desire he couldn't ignore, more freedom, more money, more recognition. It was as if something inside him whispered, "This isn't enough. You deserve more." At first, it was just small annoyances. A boss who demanded results without acknowledging effort. A coworker who boasted about what he already knew. Superficial lunchtime conversations that never touched anything meaningful. Tiny sparks that, together, began to ignite his mind. And then the offer came, a business that promised quick money, total freedom, and no rules. An opportunity that seemed perfect, impossible to refuse. But like all things that seem easy, there was a hidden cost. He hesitated. He spent nights imagining the scenarios. What if I lose everything? What if it's a trap? What if I never get my life back? But ambition spoke louder than reason. The desire to have something others would envy blinded his caution. And so he made the decision that would change everything. He accepted. What seemed like a small step became an avalanche. Within months, he lost money. His savings vanished quickly. His family's trust began to erode. Friends drifted away, not necessarily from malice, but because no one wanted to get involved in the chaos that was unfolding. Each new decision only deepened the problem. Every small wrong choice triggered a chain reaction that seemed impossible to stop. He began to feel that life was slipping out of his control. The job that once seemed secure disappeared. The money that seemed enough evaporated. And with every mistake, guilt grew, eating away at his self-esteem, leaving sleepless nights and relentless thoughts. How could I be so foolish? How did I not see the signs before? He tried talking to friends, but felt that no one could truly understand. Some offered advice, others judged. But nothing seemed enough to relieve the inner pressure that grew day by day. He spent sleepless nights replaying every decision, every choice. What if I had said no? What if I had waited longer? What if I had trusted my intuition? These questions hammered relentlessly, as if his mind had become a prison. He realized that not all lessons are easy, some are painful, and some choices are irreversible. Time passed, and the life he knew transformed into a series of almost insurmountable challenges. Deaths, losses, mistrust. Every step felt like climbing a mountain, every decision a calculated risk. But slowly, he began to learn. First, about resilience,
how to bear the weight of consequences without breaking. Then about patience, how to wait for the right moment to act. And finally, about humility, recognizing that he didn't know everything and that the easiest path isn't always the right one. He discovered that there are no shortcuts to true success. Life doesn't reward those who ignore the signs, who try to cheat fate, or who chase wealth without creating real value. Now, every decision he made was done with more awareness. Every step carried weight. Every word was measured. Every action intentional. He realized that true value isn't in easy money, but in relationships, credibility, and consistency. Imagine if it were you. How many small, seemingly insignificant decisions have you made without realizing their future impact? How many moments have you let pass without reflection? How many times have you relied on luck, haste, or reckless ambition? He realized that small choices can have huge consequences. Some learn too late, others never learn. But every decision matters. Every step leaves marks. And these marks may be invisible, but they are real. Marks that shape your mind, your life, your relationships, your future. Today, he shares his story so that others can reflect before acting, so they can understand that every step, every word, every action, every agreement, everything matters. He went through moments of despair, but he found a way out. He rebuilt his life, step by step, but he never forgot the lessons that each mistake taught him. Today he lives with more awareness, more purpose, and more respect for the power of a single decision. And you? Are you ready to think about your choices? To reflect on how each small decision can change your life, for better or worse? Life is made of moments and choices. Some go unnoticed, others are remarkable, but all, without exception, leave traces, some visible, others invisible, but all shape who you are and who you will become. If you want to continue discovering stories like this, learning from mistakes and decisions that changed lives, reflect, observe, and never underestimate the power of a choice. Because every action leaves marks, and some of them can last forever. If you want to continue discovering stories like this, learning from mistakes and decisions that changed lives, subscribe to MindSpark Facts now. Hit the notification bell and follow all our videos. Remember, every choice you make can be more important than you imagine.